Well, hello everyone and welcome to Get More Clients. I'm your host, Lynn Whitbeck. Business owners and entrepreneurs hire me to ignite winning sales because most are chasing down leads, lack client retention, conversion, and profit. The mission of this show is to educate, inspire, and motivate women and men around the world to build a robust sales strategy to get more clients because many can't get more clients and haven't a clue why. You'll learn to transform thinking to the client's perspective, eliminate the lengthy, chaotic sales cycle to ignite your sales and unleash lasting profits. You'll also have an opportunity to connect with me further to see how I can support you beyond today. So back in my corporate career, when I was going all over the world to close multi-million-dollar deals, I had a particular program that I had been working on. It was in a really great place, and I thought we were all set to move forward with the implementation, to close the sale, and to move forward in the relationship. However, something unusual occurred. They had a change in their executive leadership. Well, I say unusual. In the corporate world, that's really not all that unusual these days, right? And so I sort of ended up having to go back, not quite to square one, because I had built a relationship with all of the stakeholders and influencers and the primary individual who would be implementing and executing the program. So I had a really good place, but I had to build a new relationship with the executive, the ultimate decision maker. They were going to give the thumbs up or the thumbs down. And that comes in where a lot of times there's different things that come up. So it was a no for not now, because this person was new. They're getting their legs under them, understanding the business and what was going on. So it was a no for not now. Now, I continued to work with the different influencers, stakeholders, and the primary implementer, and I found different ways that we could continue building the relationship. One thing we did is we did an on-site demo for their entire crew during one of their events that they did for their employees. And we looked for different types of examples so that we could establish a proof of concept for the new executive. And then I could build the relationship with the new executive based on value, on how we were going to make a difference for them and their facility. So as we were going through all this, it required patience. It required looking for opportunities. It required delivering value consistency and the ability to pivot and reset so that when the timing was right, and it was, we could then close the sale, close the deal, and move forward with a major program implementation. So I'm telling you this story because it's about turning a rejection into a yes. So that particular no was a no for not now, because they'd had a change in executive leadership. But this happens in so many different ways. Things happen in every part of our life. So last week, I shared getting to yes, the best 3 closing methods to win with integrity. And today, I will be showing you how to turn no to yes, making sure everyone is happy. When your prospect says no, it often means not now. The timing may not be right. You may not have connected the value you deliver to solving their pain, or you might not have earned their trust to move forward with the sale. Tapping into your resilience, patience, and strategy is the key to bounce back and eventually win the business. By the end of today's show, you will know how and why timing is crucial in sales, work, and life. How to keep the door open and continue building your relationship. What matters when getting the conversation restarted? A no is not the end of the story. When you maintain your relationship, things change and evolve. With professional, value-driven resilience, you can transform no to yes. Now, this is a favorite saying of mine. Timing is everything in sales, work, and life. I want you to think about this because there have been times in your life when a great opportunity arose, but the timing wasn't right. Something else was going on. I had this incredible business trip at one point that I'd be taking for an event that I was speaking at. I was really excited about. And my father had a major stroke and was in the hospital and wasn't expected to live. I canceled that trip. Life got in the way. I'm really glad I did. My dad made it, pulled through. I was glad that I was there to be his advocate. So timing is everything in sales, work, and life. When you're in front of your ideal client and you're speaking with the decision makers that will ultimately decide, then you take no just simply as not now. You can't force someone to buy something if they're not ready. Think about this. Do they have the budget? Do they have the time? Do they have the resources available? Have they just stepped into a new role and they're trying to figure out the landscape and what's the what? So rather than take this as a personal affront, look at it as a yes down the road. That positive thinking is what you're putting out in the universe, and you're creating the thought of abundance. The key is understanding that the no is not against you personally. It isn't about you at all. So there's other reasons that you could get that initial no, or even a no as you've gone down the road. Maybe you haven't demonstrated the value. There's not a business need currently, or they're not in the right space to be able to move forward. And in some cases, you could be talking to the wrong person. So first, you need to set realistic expectations. Most people are not ready to buy immediately. In fact, the best relationships are from those who make you work for it. This is where having a strategy in place positions you to consistently win more business. Second, are you talking to your ideal client avatar or decision maker? You need to be having the conversation with the right person. If you're not speaking to the decision maker, ask, who should I be speaking with that needs to be a part of this conversation? Third, through these conversations, you are beginning your relationship. It's about nurturing your new relationship so that you can guide your prospect. Fourth, put yourself first in line and front of mind by consistently delivering value around what they need, want, or they're lacking, why it matters to them, so they can achieve what? Fill in the blanks. One of the key things is people think that if someone doesn't buy initially, that they move on. I mean, they just sort of give up. Actually, those that buy instantly can be your weakest link in your chain. And this is where you get churn, I should say, churn, right? These people say yes immediately. They are often chasing the next shiny object. And they're going to be like that when you're working with them. Whereas the relationships that you build over time, these are the relationships which last, with people who become your champions and referral partners, and they buy from you again and again, becoming repeat clients. Let's pivot to keeping the door open. The strategy required is having a follow-up system and professional, repeatable outreaches that will keep you top of mind. And you will get that yes at the right time. So you may be thinking, I don't have all these things in place. Here's my challenge. What are the assets that you already have? What are the things that you've already done? Maybe you've done a podcast interview. Maybe you've been on a summit. Maybe you have created a testimonial from a client. You've created a white paper on a case or a case study. All of these things are assets. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to provide someone in your follow-up strategy a giant big chunk, like a 30-minute or 1-hour video. Remember, people have the attention span of an amoeba. Cut to the chase. What's the part that they need to hear? What matters to them? Hone in on that, make a cute few clip, and you've got a great 3 to 5 minute video that speaks exactly to what they need to hear about their pain point, about what keeps them up at night, what they're trying to solve. And so they can. These are also really quick to make these short videos. Video is a great way for people to digest content on the go. So in addition to that, when you're working through this follow-up strategy and this plan, I'm a big believer in scripting and templates. Now, this doesn't mean that you're going to get on the phone and read the script. That is just the worst, okay? And then just staying with that script, no matter where the conversation goes, trying to get people back on that script. Oh my goodness, don't do that. Having a script and using templates, it's really about internalizing your planned communication. It's about really crafting the messaging around their why, and also then pulling in their communication style so that you can pivot and modify it on the go. With practice these scripts, practice how you're going to deliver them. And over a period of time, it's going to be part of your natural DNA. It's just, you can just pull it right out of the air immediately. Now, along with making sure you're talking to the right person and focused on the process of nurturing that relationship, here are a few ideas on how to keep the door open. Number 1, be a little ambiguous in your messaging and get the curiosity going. You want your prospect to lean in and want to learn more. Number 2, use a 4-week follow-up plan. Now, this is different than the cadence plan that I have for working on the follow-up, but this is once you're in that place where you've received your no, and now you're working on what are the next steps to be front of mind, first in line. So this 4-week follow-up plan is delivered once a week, but it's delivered with something that matters to them, with value, and seeking opportunities to move the conversation forward. So then you'll take a 90-day pause, and then you're going to rinse and repeat. And you do that throughout the year. Number 3, there are times you're going to speak with people who just have no need or no interest in your product or service. If there's no pain, there's no sale, and you want to move on. If they're not your ideal client avatar, they are not the 5 heck yeses, cut your losses, okay? There are times where you need to exit gracefully, maintain the relationship because they could become a referral or introduction partner, because you do want to get to that no quickly, that firm no, that's a no for you and a no for them. It's just not a good fit. It's not a win-win. Don't waste your time chasing after these remote maybes. So The big mistake I see all the time is that there is no kind of strategic follow-up system in place. Or as a salesperson gets a no, you just don't follow up at all. Remember, in many cases, it's a no for now. My recommendation for everyone is to have a strategic follow-up system in place. Each year, you're going to be in front of those leads 4 times for a 4-week period. Think of that plan, those 4 weeks when you've gotten that no, and you're looking for opportunities for the door to reopen, and then you're going to take the pause. When they're in the pause period, you will have them on your general communication outreach, such as an email newsletter or drip campaign. Now, these still need to be very focused on your messaging as to what matters to your client, your prospect. What's in it for them? So they can what if they work with you? You will also want to connect with them on LinkedIn or on the social platform that they live and breathe on, and continually pursue earning the right to engage with your prospects. At the end of the day, turning a no into a yes is all about resilience, value, and strategy. So the first thing about follow-up is that over 46% of salespeople fail to make even a single follow-up attempt. Now, not only is this absolutely atrocious, but I can tell you from my corporate experience, I've heard this absolutely firsthand from prospect potential clients. And they've actually been like, wow, okay, I met like 20 people at this event, and you're the first one who's followed up. Oh my goodness. I've had people tell me who are clients how that is one of the things that they'll meet someone at an event or at a conference, at a trade show, and they'll be interested, but they never receive any form of personalized follow-up. In some cases, they might go into some kind of generic drip campaign, but they don't actually get a human-to-human outreach. And interestingly enough, by the 4th follow-up attempt, 98% of salespeople have just simply given up. Yet in the B2B world, most sales occur after the 5th follow-up. I mean, it can be follow-up number 12 or 13. That's why I do my baker's dozen follow-up strategy of 13 pieces of follow-up. Now, it's critical in doing that you have a planned and strategically positioned follow-up plan. This is how you make the difference. This is how you turn that no to a yes. And I have done multiple episodes on follow-up, so please check them out or revisit them, because I go over methods, messaging, and cadence. Once you have your system in place, look at what maintaining activity is getting you quicker to the yeses. So maintaining activity, these are the values, the assets that you're using, the methods that you're using to follow up, and the different formats. See what seems to be connecting the dots for your prospects. What you're going to discover is there's some things that actually work better than others. All right. And so then those things that aren't working, you want to reevaluate them and refine them. And absolutely use the things that are working well. You should discover that you have an average number of no's before you get to the yes. Now, the no's can sometimes be just some passive silence. All right. They don't have to be an out and out no. But sometimes they are like, no, not now. Don't have time to meet with you. You get them on the phone. Call me back in a month. How many times have you heard that? I know that in my corporate career, that was a classic, call me back in a month, call me back in 90 days, call me back next quarter. Well, gosh darn it. You call them back when they ask you to, but you don't just say, hey, I'm calling back because you asked me to follow up in 90 days. Yuck, you lame. Please don't do that. You're going to lead with that value. I am so excited about this new widget and how it does this that serves you in this way, right? You're going to lead with that value. What matters to them so they can. Oh, and by the way, this is Lynn Whitbeck with Petite to Queen. I'm going to put this in an email so that you've got it handy. You've got my digits, 206-498-5122, and my email, lynnw@petitetoqueen.com. That email is on its way to you right now. So this information is one click away. Now, I've gone through these in those follow-ups, so you need to definitely tune into that. But here's the thing. Once you've internalized these scripts and these methods that you're using, you can do it on the fly. Now, there always is a naysayer who's going to say this doesn't work. I have heard this before. Oh, I've tried that before. It doesn't work. Well, here's the thing. Most likely it's not working because they're not doing their follow-up consistently, since we're talking about follow-up, or they're not doing whatever the thing is consistently. They're not exercising every day and watching their calorie intake to lose weight, or, whatever it happens to be, right? But in case of follow-up, the reason it's not working is because you're not doing your follow-up consistently, okay? You don't have a strategic plan that delivers what matters to them in different methods, really leveraging the assets that you already have created. So the bottom line is recognizing that no is a no for now, while consistently delivering value is the key. Pivot the conversation by answering what's keeping them up at night, or is their situation causing them to leave money on the table, and why moving forward is more important than ever. You do this with the demonstration of the templates, the scripting that you put together, the assets that you're presenting. Continually address how your product or service is going to help and serve them. Look for those opportunities. Look for monetizable pain points in areas you're able to translate into monetizable pain, right? If it hits their pocketbook, it gets their attention. One strategy when you talk to a prospect is to go through their top 3 pain points and then ask if any are relevant. Then stop talking. You can prompt them with a tell me more, or help me understand as needed, because you want to hear their response. You want to get them talking. Clarify the relevant pain point, and then you use that. Ask, tell me more. How long has this been going on? What have you done to try to correct it? Is this keeping you up at night? And then the $1 million question, trust me, corporate sales, Fortune 500 secret, this is the $1 million question. Do you think by not doing something, you might be leaving money on the table? Now, another trick is or not trick, but strategy or tactic, I should say. You can ask them to rank 1 to 10. Where do you rank yourself in the sense of the pain point? All right. If they're not an 8, 9, or 10, then they're probably not your ideal client, right? Because they don't have a burning need. This isn't something that really is important to them. And this is where having those scripted questions will really serve you well. They become part of you. You can also make a story about them so that it has more relevance and connectivity. And you want to make them your own, right? That really fit who you are. It's about being authentic and genuine. Keep your focus on it's all about them, right? Just get out of your own way. You need to show empathy. You want to create emotion in the conversation so they're feeling that pain that you're talking about, and it's getting twisted internally, because that pain and solving that pain motivates them. Look at your current strategy. How are you reaching out? Are you using different methods? Are you leading with value? Are you leading with something that's going to really attract their emotions or motivations? When you weave these things together with a strategically planned outreach, you can easily transition to a follow-up process. Here's a bonus. It really provides you with more confidence and assurance that you can do the countdown from no to yes. So to wrap up, turning no to yes, it's all about emphasizing sales is a process of building activities. You're building blocks. And if you do the right activities, you will be successful. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. My purpose is for you to get more clients. Bottom line, don't make this harder than it has to be. Sales should be a win-win. On behalf of Petite to Queen, I've carved out a limited number of time slots to invite you to hop on and ignite your sales call with me to see what's working, not working, and what you would love to have working. I'm going to see how I might further support you in effectively generating more leads, converting more sales, and fulfilling on your promise as a brand and organization. The fastest way to success is to assure people know that they matter. And the best way to make this happen is to build a consistent sales strategy to acquire, convert, and capitalize on every lead. You will find growing your business is easy and lucrative. Today, we explored how to turn no to yes, making sure everyone is happy. The key is for you to implement these steps to stop wasting time, energy, and resources. You have the opportunity to jump in and get the support you need for true success. Say yes to you and get on a call with me. I am really, truly gifted at this, and you deserve a shortcut to your success with the right support. Go to p2q.link/win-win. And for your information, everything we do, our Get More Clients program, is designed for immediate on-the-fly implementation and for individuals who are committed to taking action to move their business forward. To learn more about our Get More Clients program and all of our consulting services, visit our website at petitetoqueen.com. You can also connect with me on our website, and to stay current on all of our insightful advice, breakthrough advantages, and never miss an episode of Get More Clients, sign up for our weekly Wisdoms newsletter at petitetoqueen.com. Now, next week on Get More Clients, we're going to be discussing why after the sale is crucial to your growth and success. Make sure you don't miss a single episode by subscribing to Get More Clients wherever you get your podcasts, our YouTube channel. And if you love the show, please share it and give us a 5-star review. We'd very much appreciate it. I will see you next week on Get More Clients.